Hey everybody, it's your girl Lady K coming to you about getting your hustle on. So the word hustle has two definitions. So the first, dictionary definition says to force to move hurriedly or to obtain by forceful action or persuasion. Busy movement or activity. Now, the Urban Dictionary defines it as to have the courage, confidence, self-belief, and self-determination to go out there and work it out until you find the opportunity you want in life. So that's the definition that we're going to use, because when you talk about getting your hustle on, it is doing what you have to do. Now, we as African Americans, we are very familiar with that, especially us African American women. Shout out to the single moms, even to the married ones that feel like they single because you're doing it all. But that's a whole nother episode. Anyway, so getting your hustle on, you have to make it do what it do. You have to find what it is that makes you get out of bed in the morning. So your girl, I talked to you yesterday or before about starting out, even as a child, doing it, and I haven't stopped. So I have done, gosh, I can't even name all the stuff I've sold or tried to sell, but I remember I have twin daughters, and I remember trying to put them in daycare and work. And so I was working, but I was just paying for daycare, and I was like, psh, if I'm just paying for daycare, I might as well find something to do at home and eliminate this bill, because I'm not bringing in enough to pay for daycare and help out around, help the household bills. So, your girl looked at stuff in envelopes. I was looking at mail order stuff to fulfill those orders. I was looking at, I remember one thing. It was the arts and crafts stuff. And so it was like, if you put together these little refrigerator magnets or these little clips, I don't even remember what kind of clips it was, but you had to put it together. You sent them, your little $5.95 or your $9.95 for the shipping and handling, and they would send you this kit with like 50, enough material to make 50 of the item that they sent you. And I remember mine was a refrigerator magnet with a cat. And so you had to trace the cat, and it came with the instructions, and you had to tie a little bow around the cat's neck. And anyway, I was doing that. And, you had to do it exactly like the example that they sent you, or you wouldn't get paid. So I did that for a while. Once the girls got older, I got into insurance, and I learned a lot about that. And then I also did Party Light. I don't know if anybody knows that. I know the North Carolina people know, but Party Light is candles. It's paraffin wax candles and a lot of home decoration stuff. 35% lead, crystal, iron, all kinds of stuff. But I sold that. Now, I only sell stuff that I believe in. I remember I sold this juice named Zango. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It was Xango, and it was purple, and it came from some kind of mangosteen plant, and it was a health juice before all of these health pills and everything came out. And at the time, my parents had some health challenges, and I was like, wow, this can do this and this can do that, and so I'm going to get them on it. Now, how many of you remember that all of that stuff, and probably even still now, everything is on auto ship. So whether you sold it or not, it was coming to your house. And whether you sold it or not, it was coming out of your account. So definitely got out of that. But the juice wasn't very tasty. But, people say, hey, it helped do this and it helped do that. And I did it for a while. I gave it to my kids. I gave it to my parents. Now, my mom doesn't try anything. She's like, oh, no, I'm not taking that. But my dad, he would try it, so he took it. But I have tried so many things. And, at one time, I was like, wow, nothing is working. But if you think about it, remember Ben Franklin, how many times he failed before he got the right concoction or production for the light bulb. I mean, there's so many people that failed. Even George Washington Carver was not trying to do what he came across, but found all these other things to do with the peanut and the traffic light. And so, people, you got to try. And there's a saying that says nothing beats a failure but a try. And if you never try anything, you're not going to fail. But you're not going to do anything either. So failing, as long as you're failing forward, is a good thing. So you got to get your hustle on, whether it's, you got to find what it is for you. So currently I'm in life insurance, and that is it's a numbers game, but it is so important. So let me school you for just a minute. So life insurance is, everybody's going to pass away. The Bible says you're not here to stay. You're just a pilgrim passing through. So everybody's going to pass away, and everybody's going to have to be buried or cremated. I mean, there's no other way. Unless, you know some mobsters that's going to put you in concrete or, drop you in the bottom of the ocean. Anyway, I'm kidding. But life insurance has come a long way, because now it's not even just for passing away. You can use some of the benefits for living. Cancer is running rampant, and heart attacks and strokes, because this life is stressful. So you might as well get your hustle on with something that makes you happy, something that is going to be the push and the driving force that gets you out of bed. Because getting up for a 9 to 5 and grinding it out, and I know people be like, oh, you got to get your grind on. But grinding, when you think of that, think about it when your brakes is grinding. That doesn't sound good. So, we don't want to just be grinding it out, waiting for Friday. I was at the networking event, and a lady made a very good point. She said, I want to have the type of life that I don't need a vacation from. Isn't that just an eye-opening thing? Like, to have such a good life and to be able to do so many good things that you don't have to take a vacation from it. Like, you could literally do it all day and it wouldn't bother you. You could stay up, you could do it on holidays, it wouldn't bother you. So getting your hustle on is that is the thing to get you to have that type of life. Now, the Bible says, above all things, I wish that thou mayest prosper and be in good health. Yes, your girl is spiritual, and I read the Bible, and you should too. But it's more than just money. I know a millionaire who has poor health. All of that money, and he still can't move around and do the things that you and I can do, that we take for granted. He can't dress himself or get himself up, or he's in a wheelchair and he has to have special equipment. I mean, he's a millionaire in a mansion with kids and grandkids, but he can't enjoy some of that type of stuff, playing with your grandkids, and he has a beautiful pool and everything. So it's not always about money. You got to be spiritually, you got to be financially, you got to be mentally. All of those areas, there's 5 areas of prosperity, and you have to prosper in all of those areas. And your body, you have to be healthy. So getting your hustle on, you got to find what it is that makes you tick. And my last thing was to finish up talking about life insurance. So life insurance, you can get it while you're young, while you're healthy, because when you get older, it gets more expensive and you get health problems, and that stuff adds up. If you have it at work, that's great, that's wonderful, and you probably got $1 million of coverage for $5.95. Great, keep that. But please understand that when you leave that job, or that job leaves you, you don't get to take that $1 million with you. So then what's going to happen when something happens to you and you're not at that job, or you're in between jobs? Have something so that you can leave something for your children. I have run into people that said, oh, I don't want to leave anything for my kids. I had to work for everything I got. That is the dumbest bunch of crock I have ever heard. Leave something for your kids. Leave something for your family, not for people to fight over. How did you raise them? If something were to happen to me, my children would not be fighting. They would know exactly how to split it. And even your life insurance agent can set it up. Like if you have 6 kids, the company will divide it 6 ways equally once they pay off the funeral home. So you don't have to worry about that. If you don't have the money, that's fine. Get something on yourself. I'm not knocking GoFundMe. I think it has its place, but it's just so sad that our community has to keep using GoFundMe to bury Pookie and Ray Ray. All you had to do was get them a $15, $20 policy when they were 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, and it could be paid off by the time they out here doing this foolishness. And even if it wasn't paid off, because our young men are getting killed and other stuff so young, even though you were paying on it, it would do what it needed to do when that time came. So get your hustle on, find out what it is that makes you tick, and holler at your girl next time. Until then, dream big and get your hustle on.